bulijjo mumbuuza Pinetti bw'afaanana kati no yali omuzudde Pinetti mubaletedde ngamba ono Pinetti gwe baawa eddwaliro Ly'e Lubowa Ly'e Lubowa ya Lubowa oyo gwe baawa omutitimbe gw'ensimbi azimba eddwaliro Ly'e Lubowa naye nga bukyanga bagumuwa azimbaddeyo wansi adda underground eyo mu nnyanja eddwaliro teridda wagwala lidda underground eyo Pinetti wali omuleese era gwe baawa n'emmwanyi zaffe naye Pinetti alina amalala Pinetti ali malala fuuru kansoke mukuwe Pinetti omuwulire gwe bwe yeekyangira ku bakulembeze baffe.
Given copies to members. I'm regretting why I'm lacking any copy of the first presentation, which was so cardinal for building up an understanding and helping in the formation of the report. Is it procedurally right that as the presentation is ongoing, those copies can be shared to us either by hard copy or soft copy for easy follow-up?
I'm sorry. No. No. I will not give copy.
But it's by our rules.
Yeah. That's how the other presentation.
We can give a nice presentation, but I don't give you copy today.
But we took pictures.
Yeah, I saw you taking pictures. I saw you taking pictures. And I frankly don't mind if you take picture. But although we say that no media and no information should go out from this meeting, but frankly speaking, I don't give you copy now. All what is approved is approved. And all this has been approved before, so I don't give you copy.
And by law, you are violating Article 41.
No, colleagues.
And the Finasi Issue Construction SPV Limited, and the responsibility of the company was to design, construct, and equip a 243-bed hospital that should be accreditable by the Joint Commission International. Joint Commission International is a US-based organization that accredits hospitals worldwide for specialty treatment. So the commitment of the company is to be able to eventually reach that goal, which is a fairly elaborate process. Now, with the signature of the PWIA, like you pointed out, Mr. Chairman, Government of Uganda received approval for the issuance of promissory notes up to $379 million to finance this construction. And the issuance of promissory notes, I'll just describe what it really means. We, as Finasi Issue Construction SPV, complete milestones that are based on an agreed works program with the Ministry of Health. Upon the completion of each of those milestones, they are certified by the owner's engineer from the Ministry of Health. That actually enables us to receive payment. And the form of payment at that point in time is the promissory note, for which you approved the maximum level of 379. Our understanding is that it is not a borrowing, and it is just a payment modality. Right? So it's just to give us comfort that we shall be paid at a certain point in future after we have completed the works. So in terms of the scope of works, we also include the training of potential recruits or health workers who we shall recruit into the hospital. This is important because upon completion of the hospital, we expect to start operations immediately after. So we actually have to start training now, and we did start training in January 2022 for potential health workers who would be joining the hospital. The arrangement for the operation of the hospital is under the Project Services Agreement, which we entered into with the government of Uganda with an affiliate company of the Finasi Group, which is the International Specialized Hospital of Uganda Limited. And this project services agreement is meant to provide for how we manage and operate the hospital for an 8-year period after the construction is done. Okay. So our responsibility really is to deliver a functional hospital that is internationally accredited by the Joint Commission International. An important point to bear in mind is that this hospital is a government hospital. It shall remain a government hospital even if we are the ones managing it on behalf of government. So that's another important feature of the hospital. In terms of project progress, and I'm really giving a highlight here, we are currently engaged in the structural civil works of the project. That's the project site you're going to visit. Apart from the 3 buildings that have been complete where we are conducting the training, and we also have facilities for accommodation for visiting the staff, we are actually at about 46%, and we expect to complete the civil works by March 2025. Maybe to note here is that the project timeline is to complete the whole project by June 2026. That is when we expect to have operations also commence, but construction should have been finished by June 2026. And at that point in time, we should be able.
The chairman, mine goes to Ministry of Health, especially in regard to the recruitment process, the transparency therein, and the role, whether they have any role as Ministry of Health and Public Service, because as a committee we are here to represent Ugandans, and we want to know how they benefit. How are they recruiting? Where do they put the advert, for example, for Ugandans to know that the Lubowa Specialized Hospital, they are recruiting this kind of staffs, and specifically that.
People applied, and many applied, but they had a very stringent criteria on the qualification, on the experience, on the capacity. They took them through interviews to know if they have certain skills, and the process is still ongoing. The recruitment itself cannot take place until the hospital is ready, but they are selecting the potential. If you remember what he used, he said the potential. They are selecting, they are sieving through the people who may be potential people to be recruited. But this was an open advert on the portal, and different people applied. And I think at one time, some of these specialists will have to go and attach to those hospitals. You saw the people who are collaborating with them to train them, but also as per the training plan, they showed us that they bring the specialist here so that then they start training with him to have the hands-on. But right now, they are giving them general orientation and profiling different people. So that list, I believe you will be able to provide that list to us. But that process is still open, and that process is still ongoing.
So PS, by portal you mean the Ministry of Health portal? Which portal are we looking at?
It was their portal. They have their process.
So it means it is them recruiting, not Ministry of Health.
No, it's not Ministry of Health. But when it comes to...
It is not
it's not recruitment.
It is not recruitment.
Yes.
It is identifying and enrolling people for training.
For training.
We have not started recruiting for this hospital.
Yes, we can't recruit now, otherwise they will not be working. And these are our workers, our government workers eventually, because this hospital is a Ministry of Health hospital, and they are going to be recruited using also Health Service Commission. So it's not really that they will be, these people will just sit here and recruit alone.
But PS, when you source, you train and build capacity. When it comes to recruitment, these people who went through this method will definitely, at the level of when we are acquiring this, it wasn't termed as classified, and that's why it went to the whole Parliament, it went to the whole committee. Basically, that's why we are here, to see progress, and when we are reporting on loans in the Ministry of Health, we are going to report on this. We shall state clearly, so I request that when you are interacting with us, please give us the facts, because that's what we use in our report. We don't want to report outside the facts. So that's why we are here. Like you had the introductions, that is the committee. The other members will join us, and we want to be here for a short time. Maximum, we agreed with the PS, maximum 1 hour, we should be out of here, because we have another site we are going to, the Cancer Institute. That's why we are here. I don't want to say much, but PS and our host, we expect, of course, a presentation on the project. Then we shall have some feedback from members, because when we go out, we shall not come back here. So from the site visit outside, we shall just boat and back to Parliament. So yes, so the questions will be arising from the presentation. Yes. So colleagues, I think we should give PS, you are heading that side, so we should get the presentation, then we'll go to see around.
For cancer, using nuclear medicine, radiotherapy, infectious diseases, oncohematology, internal medicine, and pediatrics, as about the time June 2026. Thereafter is when we shall actually be providing services in the areas of surgery, obstetrics and gynecology, cardiology, intensive care, chemotherapy, and dialysis. Now, while at this point in time, we have begun the process of JCI accreditation, because there are arrangements that they require us to satisfy, even as we are constructing the hospital. We shall actually begin the accreditation process in about 2027-28. And it's expected to take place for about a year, because the entire process. This is a pre-accreditation process where we satisfy the Joint Commission International that we have the right policies. Subsequent to that is when they shall come and check whether we are actually operating the hospital based on those standards and policies that they have set up. Now, I will ask our head of patient safety and quality, Dr. Francesca, to take us through the scope.
Whether we call it identifying or what, but you know, you are adding value to these people, you are, and they have a certain level of, it means it's going to be very difficult.
Ring fencing.
Who was not initially one of those who was identified to benefit from all these trainings, to go abroad and where. It is opaque in a way, Madam PS. It is opaque, and we as people representing Ugandans here, you can see that the entire modus operandi of doing this, there is a lot of darkness there, because I don't think Ugandans know. Really, we need to be satisfied that this thing is not.
Maybe you would propose.
Yo Pinetti wamwe. Pinetti afuse Pinetti muzibu mukalubumu kubanga wanyana na backup ya M7 ya mugamba nti ya kutoba wabudde baleke bayibogere bebaagala kutoba wabudde botoba wa time yo bakaliremu balage nti oli w'amaanyi naye nga bino byonna ekinuma nti bazanyira mu sente za muwi wa musolo. Omuwi wa musolo sente ze zibonaabona, omuwi w'omusolo yakaaba yadaaga nga just bano bazeyagaliramu bazidabaagiramu boogera nga bwe baagala ku expense yanze aw'omusolo. Munnayuganda kimanye obuyinza tolina, kimanye nti amaanyi tolina, kimanye nti baakuwamba. buli kyo bakitwala n'olero tulina okulwana okulaba nga tuzaawo ebyaffe ebyanyagwa.